Hey, what is up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We got a video talking about WWE's big Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up tomorrow night. Money in the Bank 2016 being hailed as one of the biggest WWE pay-per-views of all time, being hailed definitely as one of the biggest Money in the Bank pay-per-views of all time since they've been in existence since 2010. They are being supported by three big main events / co-main events, whatever you want to call them. Three big matches that a lot of people like to see. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins is the match that I don't believe has ever been able to happen. It's been stopped twice due to injury with Roman Reigns' hernia and all of the knee problems and leg problems that Seth Rollins went through last year. AJ versus John Cena is being hailed as a dream match that people have been waiting 15 years for. I can honestly say that people maybe have been waiting for this match for 10 years, maybe 11 years. I don't know where they're getting the number 15 from. Definitely a lot of times when you think about people coming over from other promotions, especially a guy like AJ Styles, you would think that if we ever got to see this match, it would be so long down the road that AJ or Cena would be banged up and hurt. But we're getting this match, and you can easily say that both of these guys are at their peak performance rate. AJ is coming off some of the best years of his career in New Japan Pro Wrestling, blowing away everything that happened in TNA, I guess you can say, and has really been diving into WWE and really blowing it up. Basically be having a big match at WrestleMania against Chris Jericho, coming in also having a two main event matches supporting Payback and Extreme Rules, going up against Roman Reigns as his first competitor coming out of WrestleMania. So you can definitely tell they have a lot of faith in him. And of course, the Money in the Bank match, always people look forward to that. I don't want to sell this short. I think the Money in the Bank match with the briefcase is going to sort of set the pace of the draft. Because we don't really know what's going to be going on. Normally when they've done Money in the Bank, when there was two different shows, with SmackDown and with Raw, they had one Money in the Bank match for the WWE Championship, they had another one for the World Heavyweight Championship, and you sort of you sort of could see where they were going with this one. I mean, they're probably going to come up with a new championship after the brand split for each shows, and this is a guy that could pop up on either show or his own show and change the course of the summer or change the course of WrestleMania for all of us. So that always looks good. But definitely you have those three big matches right there for you. But I can honestly say that there's 6 matches. 4 of those are going to be on the main pay-per-view, 2 of them on the pre-show, that I can honestly tell you that I don't think anybody cares about these matches. Lucha Dragons versus Dudleys are going to be going on the pre-show. Golden Truth versus Breeze and Fandango on the pre-show as well. I don't really even know what to say about those matches. They just seemed like they were pulled out of the middle of nowhere. I thought it was already announced that Ziggler and Corbin was going to be going on the pre-show. I'm guessing that they sort of, the only thing I can think of is that they just ran out of time, trying to draw the card together, and was like, oh shit, we got a lot of free time during the show, and we need to reschedule some stuff to make some more stuff come out. Lucha Dragons and the Dudleys, I don't even think crossed paths in the last few months. I don't understand why these guys are going to be going into a pre-show match, but then again, it's not like everybody really watches a pre-show. It's not like anybody is putting a lot of stock in this match. It's not like these guys were even involved in the tag team division at all. You think about it, you got a fatal 4-way for the titles. This is like the fifth place and 6th place team in the tag team division. Where do they really go from here? You can't even call this like a number 1 contenders match, because how are they going to go from like the 5th spot all the way up into the number 2 spot to go from there? But Lucha Dragons versus the Dudleys, my guess, would be that babyface champions, because I'm picking a heel team to win the tag team championships. So I'm going to pick the Lucha Dragons, maybe thinking that they'll go with the whole CM Punk push of Money in the Bank 2011, where basically they just made up out of thin air because he won one match against Rey Mysterio. He was the new number 1 contender to go up for the championship at Chicago. So I'll pick the Lucha Dragons to get the win here. Golden Truth against Breeze and Fandango. You go all the way back to when the Golden Truth angle started, which would have been like January, February, March. People were thinking this was leading to something that was probably going to happen during the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They must have had a plan. Something's coming together with this. And the team gets together, they lose a match, they split apart like they are never together. Then they have tons and tons of vignettes for months and months and months trying to get themselves together, only to go in different directions where basically they got different tag partners, and then the tag partners turned on them, and then they got back together, and they still lost. Golden Truth is the host of probably, honestly, one of the worst wrestling t-shirts of all time. If they sell more than 5 of these, I'll really be surprised. I'm guessing that there's 5 real R-Truth and Goldust fans that are out there that are going to buy these shirts and really want to have them in their collection. But this has got a $5 Monday deal written all over it on WWE Shop. From there, we'll go to the main card. We got the Fatal 4-Way, which is going to be the New Day, the Club, the Vaudevillains, and Enzo and Kaz. New Day coming in as the champions. Would be really surprised if they kept the title here. I kept thinking that when they finally did a title change, it would be in a one-on-one match because those matches mean more. I think those matches mean more when a babyface wins the tag titles for the first time. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Club leaves with the championship this time. It really would be a really good look for Machine Gun Carl Anderson as well as Luke Gallows. For them to show up with the titles and be behind AJ, I really think that he's going to be winning his match. I hate to spoil it, but we're going to talk about a few matches down the road. But for them really be looking to stand strong on Monday Night Raw and having those gold titles around the tag team's waist, I think is really going to put them right up there. From there, we'll go to Rusev versus Titus. I honestly think that this is a foresight of what the brand split is going to be. Anybody who's really negative about this match should know, you're going to take the roster and you're going to split it in half. And you're going to, what the rumor is right now, have almost bi-weekly pay-per-views for most shows, where Raw will be one week, SmackDown will be another. You can look at them as if they're pay-per-views. You can look at them as if they're live specials. One thing leads to another. You're going to have a lot of matches where it's just a guy versus another guy, and you're going to have to just put up with it. I mean, like, it was, I can't remember, on that Roadblock show, wasn't it Jericho versus Swagger, I believe is what the match was, that just got named out of the middle of thin air, and it just was what it was. And even though nobody really was into the match because it wasn't advertised, the match just seemed to go forever. And I'll take Rusev to keep a championship here. I don't think they're going to finally put the title back on Rusev for him not to keep it. But then again, why put the title on a guy only to put him in a match the next month that nobody really cares about? From there, we'll go to Charlotte and Dana Brooke going up against Natalya and Becky Lynch. I'm honestly really surprised that they would go with a tag team match here in the women's division. I think everybody is waiting on pins and needles, trying to figure out what is going on with Sasha Banks. Everybody kept saying that the summertime was going to be hers. They cooled her off after WrestleMania because they wanted her to be in the fold come SummerSlam, and they wanted her to be red hot. But I didn't think that meant they were going to keep her off television week after week after week. I think she's only wrestled one match, and that was on Main Event. Some word got out basically that she had an injury where she got hit in the head by a referee. It's been a while, and I haven't heard anything about that, so I don't really know what's going down with that. But lots of people are saying that Charlotte versus Dana is going to be a hot program someday. Well, I think you have to have them together for a while before you can split them up. And them having dissension in the ranks already, with Dana Brooke costing Charlotte a match, I don't think is good. I think you should be building a good heel team and not having them look like goofs and really cause this go. But if I'm Natalya, if I'm Becky, I don't understand why you would accept. I know that I'm really stretching the limits here, but I don't know why you would accept a tag team match when both of you want to get a shot at Charlotte. Even if you turn it down a tag team match to say you want your friend to get a title shot, at least somebody would be able to be the one who beats Charlotte and get a title off him, because it seems like that's what both of their plans are. From there we go to Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a match that I guess is going to be the end of their feud because it's the third one. It doesn't really seem like they've done a lot to build Baron Corbin up with this feud against Dolph Ziggler, and it looks like they've almost cost Dolph Ziggler a big shot at the pay-per-view, being involved in the Money in the Bank. It's hard to remember a Money in the Bank match that didn't include Dolph Ziggler. It's a guy who goes out there and gives his all every time and makes these ladder matches really, really fun. Him having a match against Baron Corbin, to me, honestly feels like it's a little bit of a ripoff, because it's not like they're really building this match to mean anything, whether if it's an Intercontinental title shot, whether if it's a United States title shot. It just seems like it's just here, and it's just filling time. It wasn't even supposed to be on the main show until yesterday. From there, we'll go to AJ versus John Cena. I'm going to take AJ to get the win here. My only fear is that Cena will squash AJ the next 3 months. Battleground, SummerSlam, and if they do it again at Night of Champions. If it really is a new era in the WWE, maybe AJ gets a couple of wins and actually looks like he wins a feud against somebody here. So we got Money in the Bank, which is going to be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, Del Rio, Ambrose, and Jericho. I don't think that Finn Balor is going to be showing up, so I think that's crossed off. Bray Wyatt is a big, huge question mark to me. We've been talking about him making a return for a while. People thought he was going to be the 7th man. Some people think he's just going to induct himself into this match a lot like he did last year when Roman Reigns was climbing up the ladder and he was about to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. His theme thing went off and he just sort of zapped himself into the ring, tipped the ladder over, and next thing you know, we got a few month feud of Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt, in a feud that nobody cared about. And the steam that had built up around Roman Reigns just seemed to dissolve itself in the middle of nowhere. Maybe we get him, maybe we don't. One thing leads to another. I'm not picking him to win it anyways. Wyatt's with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Maybe he'd be able to sort of make it cool, give it a look for himself, and that'd be kind of fun. Kind of like Sandow had the leather-bound briefcase, but it's not like when Sandow had the leather-bound briefcase, other than Cody Rhodes coming to attack him because they split up in that match, nothing really ever happened. He cashed in against John Cena. He had a really good match. He lost, and then we never really saw the guy again, except for the times that he paired up with Miz and became Mizdow. Take Owens to win this match. Sami Zayn's probably going to look really good in this match. Cesaro would be my second place guy to win this match. Jericho, Ambrose, and Del Rio, I have all in that no chance sort of slot. And then in the main event, we got Roman Reigns going up against Seth Rollins. I believe this is the first time we've ever seen this match, if it didn't already happen on a Raw or a SmackDown, that I just honestly don't remember. I'm going to take Roman to get the victory here. I just don't see Seth getting the win here, but we all know that we're going to be seeing this match again at Battleground. We all know that we're going to be seeing this match again at SummerSlam. So just tip your hat and just hope that we get the best of 3 series where Seth and Roman just blow it out of the park.